What's going on, guys? It's your boy Randy with On Edge TV, and today I'm going to show you guys how I color grade my footage. Let's get it. This is a disclaimer. I am no colorist. I just color grade my footage to make it look as good as possible to me and for the clients, whatever. But I am no colorist, so I'm not gonna go into the science behind all the color grading, but this is just my process on how I take my image from this to this. So let's dive right into the video. All right, so I have this clip here. This is from my last YouTube video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. So the first thing I do is I use my Blackmagic LUT. Now, the reason why I created Blackmagic LUT for myself is honestly from when I'm shooting on set, I use that LUT just so when people around me, like the client, they can see somewhat of a polished image and not just the final, and not just the raw image that you see in camera. So this is my LUT that I use for showing people, basically for my client to see the shot, because I always get asked, is it gonna look that washed out? Is it gonna be that like desaturated? I'm like, no. And we all know Blackmagic, the LUTs that come with Blackmagic are trash. So I made my own, and let's see. So let's find my LUT, Blackmagic Edge Cube. All right. So you already got, pretty good, starting point. And again, this is also a shooting LUT and it's a starting LUT for my grade. So I use this here for, cause you want your highlights to be as close to 100 as possible and your shadows to be as close to 0 as possible. But what I do is I always come in and I pull up my saturation to around 40%. Now, you want your white balance to be good. This is right around where I am. I like to go off of the white balance of my skin tones because that's the most important. This blue is coming from the blue from the LED light behind me. So I'm not gonna worry about that. That's fine, it needs to stay blue. Then I bring my highlights up. I'm just trying to separate this, and then I crush it's however you see fit in your video. I crush my shadows just a tad. Sometimes I'll bring the blacks depending on the shot, but I'll leave that alone for right now. I don't need to do anything but that. Then I will go down to my color wheels, and I bring up my midtones here. Pretty much a lot. And I want my face to be right around that 60 to 70 range. That's a good exposure for your face. I can bring these shadows back down. So this is before, this is after. So let's turn this color wheel off. See, it just adds a lot more, depth to it. And then to pull my contrast a little more, I go to my curves. Bring that down. This is when I really exaggerate my contrast with the S curve. And boom. To me, this is fine. But if you look here in the shot, my lips are a lot more red than usual. And I really don't know why that happened. It could be from just all the RGB lights, and even when you shoot like interviews, like with a lot of lighter skin people, their skin sometimes are like overly red after you color grade everything. But what I do is I bring my saturation up a little bit just to add more color, and you can see it's a lot more red. So what I do is I go into my curves, go in hue and saturation. I'm just eyeballing it. Sometimes you want to take the wheel here and click. Let's see, my lips are red, so let's click right there. So you want to click on a good spot on if their face is too red. So I'll bring this down. Let's exaggerate so you see what it's doing. See? But you just want to bring that down just a tad. And if you look closely, just subtle. It's a subtle change. It's not as red. It can probably come down just a little more. So yeah, it's a subtle change. It's not too bad at all. It works perfectly fine. So this is the before and this is the after. Perfect. Looks good to me. I mean, that's just simple. And if you want to go a step further, so this is just my basic process for everything. I don't go too crazy, but sometimes I go to the creative tab and I have a bunch of blends, distortion, LUTs. So I like dark monochrome. So for my YouTube channel and all my videos, I apply the dark monochrome over everything once I'm done. And then I just bring the intensity down just a little bit. Because I like that darker monochrome look, just me personally. And boom, that's how I grade my footage for my YouTube channel. Now let's go to another clip. This is a shot that I did, and this is more of an uncontrolled environment. This is from a car show. I just like this shot. The same thing apply, browse, Blackmagic LUT, boom. That looks good right there. Just leave it where it's at. Now, what I messed up, my white balance was a little off. So let's try to adjust white balance because apparently 5600 Kelvin wasn't, proper white balance outside. So whatever. And the same steps, bring up the contrast a little bit. Highlights definitely need to come up a lot more. Shadows a little bit more. And let's bring the saturation up. I can go 120 with this one because I want that red to pop more. Color wheels, midtones need to come up. Highlights a little more. And bring that down just a tad. And let's go back to the basic, double check everything, pull the contrast a little more. And cherry on top, get me an S curve to really exaggerate the contrast. So before, after. And that looks pretty good to me. Works out perfectly. Let's see if we can exaggerate the red a little. Yeah, let's more. Bring it down to shadows. Bring it right down to highlights a little. Looks pretty good to me. Bring the saturation up. Nope, don't like that. Let's click this here. And boom. Just minor details. You don't have to do all this. I'm just having fun at this point. Now what I like to do, because I want to bring that sky back. So what I can do is, this is how I like to do it. I'm sure there's a better way. Okay, again, I'm not no professional colors. Make an adjustment layer, bring that adjustment layer on top. Then I like to go down here to HSL secondary, and then I just take this color picker and boom. Let's go here, let's bring the sky back. But first, I missed a step. All right. Let's denoise it and then blur it out. All right. Bring this down. Highlights down. Bring the midtones down. Oh, it's not working out for me. Boom. Push that white balance further into the blue. There we go. Bring that up. Leave that alone, and there we go. Now we have the sky. So let's play this clip. But I mean, you can make it a lot better than this. I'm just, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm really just trying to show you what you can do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, again, I'm no professional colorist. I just do what I can to make my Blackmagic footage look good. But other than that, if this video was helpful, you know the drill. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with a friend. Hopefully I shared some knowledge with you. If not, my bad, I don't know. But if I did, subscribe, share this video, like all those fun things. But yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.